5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. A couple of weeks ago, I guess it was a couple of weekends ago, it started raining, and I heard some people saying, oh, man, we were going to go golfing today. So I think some of the real hardcore golfers would have gone out anyway. It wasn't raining that bad. It's time to talk golf. This show is called Let's Talk Golf, and in the studio is Jim Beckett and Darren Irwin. They, of course, are here from the Spruce Creek South Golf Course and all that. And, of course, Jim is the founder of the Golf College. Good morning, gentlemen. How are you both doing?
Good morning, Larry.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, you would golf in the rain, right? No?
Actually, there's several takes on that. The hardcore golfer will have rain gear and trudge through it. The smart golfers go in and have a beer or a hamburger.
Santa has 8 rain gear.
Yeah, there you go.
Dopey joke. Dopey joke.
You see a number of different takes on that, but there are people playing stuff I'm not going to go in.
They just wait. They just wait till it's all over.
No, they'll keep playing. If the course isn't closed, they'll keep playing.
Do you ever close the course?
Well, we close the course. Darren could address that more than me. We close the course if we think play and the carts are going to cause damage to the point where it requires some additional maintenance for the golfers who are coming when it is sun shining. So course damage doesn't get repaired real quick like a Band-Aid. So Darren could address that more than me. He's in addition to our owner, he's the superintendent. So our course is in better shape because of him personally.
Do you know what's amazing about the sport of golf is that because I do the news, I see the news stories all the time. In other sports, most of the news about the other sports is about somebody playing the sport or some scoring or something like that. The golf profession, I guess, is the only one that has news about the equipment, news about the courses. You don't once in a while you hear about a new baseball stadium being built, but there's a lot of news that is not necessarily Tiger Woods. There's a lot of news that's not necessarily about the players or the game, even about the game.
Correct. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
That's the real golfers that support the whole industry.
Yeah, so things are always changing even with the equipment, I guess, is what it looks like. Either that or somebody's trying to come up with a new angle so they can, sell a new whatever, a new gadget.
The equipment's going through a revolution right now. The equipment companies, not knowing who's going to use their clubs, came up with the standards where they could knock them out faster. So the equipment was all basically the same, just a different label on it, a brand name.
Oh, really?
But just like yourself, you wouldn't play with regular equipment. Joe can't play with regular equipment. Your equipment needs to be somewhat personalized or comfortable so that you can get the maximum success. So it'd be like having one car for everybody, and you couldn't change the seats.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't work as good, and it doesn't. Therefore, the golfer struggles, and many times not through their own fault. We currently run a clinic program 5 days a week, and the people are astounded when they'll come in and say, well, my clubs aren't that good. And I'll say, how do you know? Well, we didn't pay that much for them. I said, they're not expensive. If you pay for expensive clubs, you're paying for glitz, paying for doodads, paying for all the stuff that they can market, the technology. But if the club is not good for you, like if you use a shorter club or a lighter club, it's your size and strength.
Get a backache at the end of the day, right?
And you wouldn't hit it as well. So the club needs to be compatible to the person or personalized. So a taller person might need a little taller. A person with big hands might need thicker grips so they're not got their hands clamped down to try to squeeze so hard. And that's what we do. That's what happens in the Learning Center. It's a show and tell. I say, you may not need one, but why don't we test the options and see if you have some preferences. If you have a preference because it feels better, it's more comfortable, or your posture's better, regardless of your talent level, you're going to hit it better.
So have you done it long enough that you can almost guess just by looking at a person what they're going to need?
I try never to guess.
Really?
I always have an opinion, but if the person will try the options, we never fail. Your instincts, your intuition, your touch and feel, your sense of balance, and your personal preference never fails. We've all bought some product at some point in time and made a compromise because it was on sale or it was a good deal. And then when we got to use it, I really wish I hadn't done that. In other words, if you buy that product, any product, and you stick to what you know and what you like, you're going to be happy with the product.
But if you look at other things like cars, you bring up cars. Let's say you have a short wife and a tall husband.
You need to have that car seat be able to be adjustable. What if it wasn't?
But they both have learned how to use it. What I was trying to get at here is we learn how to live in our environment. Everything isn't customized for us.
With one exception, we don't buy clothing that way or shoes.
Oh, good! Wow, good comeback. Yeah.
Well, it's true. The golf club comes one way. The factory doesn't know who the user is, so it's made too short, too light, and too cheap. But it's pretty. And they market the brand name, and people fall for it. They come to see us, and we give them a club that performs and hits a better shot. They'll say, well, why is that doing that? I say, well, the shaft flex fits your swing speed. The grip fits your hand size. The length is letting you take a more comfortable posture, which gives you better balance. So you're immediately better. You're not really better, you're as good as you are. The other way, you're being interfered with, creating resistance, interference, muscle tension, and lack of balance. Of course you're not going to be
Sure,
good.
makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, it is sense. It's horse sense. And that's what we do every day, 5 days a week.
Let me invite listeners, if you want to call in right now, the number is the WOCA Climate Control Source Hotline, 622-9622, and you can ask questions about golf, about the game itself, about maybe some of the famous names who play golf, and of course Jim and Darren will answer your questions even about the golf course itself. So can you lengthen a golf club or only shorten it?
You can lengthen it up to 5 miles.
What's
The
about?
reason you can't go more than 5 miles is airplanes will be up in the air. No, it doesn't have an
I thought that was a golf term.
No, actually, Larry, I hadn't thought about this, but we've now affiliated ourselves with the world's best, most knowledgeable company, Tom Washon Technology, and he got sick and tired of being in the golf business and seeing people do what I was just describing, and he's in Durango, Colorado, and I thought I knew a lot about golf. I don't know spit compared to him.
Really?
The guy is a brilliant guy, and he will share with anybody who is interested if they will become a professional club fitter, which I've qualified to do. It's a matter of putting the person first and building the equipment around the person. Well, companies never wanted to do that because they can't make megabucks, and he's not going to, I don't think he's going to make millions of dollars, but he's going to have a successful business and the satisfaction that he's helping his fellow golfer play better golf with less cost. His equipment is the best in the world, and because he doesn't play pros to play it, and he doesn't advertise a lot, he allows his professional club makers to educate the person one at a time. And so the equipment is just beyond reproach. I am so thrilled. We've just completed our fitting system, which took us 2 months. It's that technical. I could have you in there, and in an hour, I could have you hitting the best you can hit because the tool would be perfectly compatible to you.
So if somebody hears you right now and they want this, what do they ask for?
They just need to call, and we know that sounds almost too good to be true, so we offer an orientation at no charge. If the person decides that's not their cup of tea, they'll still be our friends. We'll still do what we can for them, as you know. But so far, every single person says, how long does it take me to get it?
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
It is
They're
built
anxious.
from scratch. There's no clubs pre-made. So you get your choice of the club head, the choice of your shaft, the choice of the grip, and the choice of all the other construction things that makes it a perfect fit. So it'd be like us going out and buying a cheap suit at one of the stores here, and we know pretty much our size, but sometimes we have to get it altered a little bit. If we could buy a custom-made suit, get it just as quick, and have it totally tailored for no additional cost, we wouldn't buy clothes off the rack.
So this isn't just a rich man's idea. This is
No, sir. It's just the opposite. It's the enthusiastic golfer who wants to play well and enjoy the game more. So we're going to be terribly busy because it's a slow process. It's very personalized. And that's partly what I built and put the simulator. We have to gather data.
Wow. And
it's not opinionated, and the person gets to see that themselves. You've been in it. You get to see the same data.
Yeah,
so there's no sales pitch to it. If we can't make you hit better shots, then you shouldn't purchase it.
Is the improvement measurable somehow? Is it based on the score at the end of the game, or
It's dramatic. Dramatic. The person has to experience it, because anything I say is going to sound
Like you're
too
just saying it.
far-fetched. Yeah. So we have a way of, as you know, you've been in the simulator. The simulator lets us know exactly how much improvement it is in performance. But the best part is the person gets to feel that comfort. We all have some shirts that we like better than our other shirts in the closet.
Right.
They just happen to be the right material thickness, the way it cuts on us.
Right.
Well, that's what the club can be, but it can't be made without the person. We can't make it and then say, okay, it's going to be the greatest club in the world. We need the person. The person makes all the decisions. Certainly.
They have to be there. All right.
They see why it works, and they know that it's personally for them. Darren's that way. Darren doesn't play much golf at all, very little, as a matter of fact.
Really?
But I was able to hand pick his clubs for him once I saw how he swung, and we went through. So he has all kind of different brands, but they were a perfect match structurally and strength-wise for him. And so he can play pretty good golf, and he don't practice or play any.
So, Darren, the way the gym describes the club, do you do the same thing on the golf course itself? Do you look at let's say you look at one hole, one tee to hole, whatever you call that area. What do you call that area, from the tee to the hole?
The fairway.
The fairway, thank you.
Golfer extraordinaire, Larry. that pre-mowed piece of grass.
All right, so the fairway. You look at the fairway from the tee. Do you ever say, you know what would make this better? And then, boom, you have a new idea? Does that ever happen?
Absolutely.
All the time.
Like what? Like what would make it better?
Well, it's just, different things you could do, as far as aesthetics, different things you could do to the course, add some flowers somewhere. We have a really neat water feature on a couple of the holes. It's a waterfall.
Oh, wow.
That runs along the left side of the 10th hole. And actually, as you approach the 15th green, you see the waterfall right in the distance behind the green. So it's little things like that.
Oh, wow. Is there some of the mindset, and I'm not trying to compare it to putt-putt, but in a putt-putt game, there's all these like little things to look at. Is that kind of but in a bigger way?
In putt-putt, they're trying to do that to create interest. What we're doing, and what he does specifically, is trying to make the playability of the course still be difficult enough to test your skills,
okay,
but make it comfortable and pleasant and a good experience. So it's a fair but playable course. And there's just literally hundreds of things you can do, which he does.
Does a golfer generally prefer to be able to see the hole from the tee, or is it more of a challenge when it goes around the bend and you can't see it?
I think the golfer, we call it playability. It's comfort. It's a playable course. It's got enough difficulty to test your skills so that the best player wins. And that's kind of what golfers want. They don't want a hole that's so hard their best shot can't accommodate it. Mm-hmm. So it's a matter of horse sense and a matter of also having that same eye that the golfer has. So he does it the best in the area.
Has Joe told you that he hurt his back? Did he tell you that?
Yes, he did.
And if it's interfering with, I think his doctor said he couldn't play golf right now.
Correct.
So he has to wait.
There is nothing can be wrong with your back that golf is going to hurt if you swing the way I show you. You put no strain on any muscle or any joint. None, zero.
And I wanted you to...
Most people haven't been run over by an 18-wheel truck.
That's what I wanted you to bring up. You've actually been seriously injured.
I ran over an 18-wheel truck and was pronounced dead, given 24 hours to live.
Wow.
And I still can play golf. I don't play great golf because I don't have the strength to hit it, but I can play good golf and I can enjoy the game. And quite frankly, when you have some physical impairments, mild movement and exercise is good for the body, period. Doesn't have to be golf. But golf can be the very thing that gets you off the couch and feeling sorry for yourself. And if anybody doesn't believe it, you come and see me and I'll prove it.
Good point. Now, can I ask you a personal question? Was your back injured, your spine?
My back was broken in 3 places, and L3, 4, and 5 were crushed.
Does it still hurt you?
Of course it hurts. Big deal. Everybody hurts.
Okay, I'm just asking. I mean, I'm guessing that a doctor...
hurt is a mindset.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Yeah.
Either deal with it positively.
Right.
Do what you can. I can show any invalid how they can swing a golf club. As a matter of fact, in Tampa, Florida, there was a doctor after my accident, He set up a program for 2 years, and I only taught physically impaired people so that they would move, get off the couch, get out of bed, get out of the wheelchair. And they would not do that to exercise. Physical therapy that's a grind. That's distasteful for most people. That's an effort. So we took them to the driving range, and I would show them that they could hit a ball. They might only hit it 25 yards, but they could hit a ball.
Oh, wow.
So they were moving within their body frame what they could do. So that's where I came up with my teaching concept. Can do. Let's do what we can do comfortably first. In your case, we would never take you past that. You don't need to go past that to play comfortable, enjoyable golf.
Yeah, I mean, that's what...
You don't need to have a special grip. You don't need a special stance unless you choose to. Now, if you want to, I can give you 765 things that'll make you a better golfer. Cost you a lot of money, take you forever to do it. If you're happy, I'm happy. I go to the bank. I also can show you in 30 minutes how you can get the ball going.
Go to the bank.
As we did.
Where'd that part come from? There was money?
I mean, I can show a person how they can take what they've got
I see what you mean.
and use it efficiently and make the ball go. And you see this pleasant, nice expression on their face. They're surprised.
I'm glad you said that. I mean, how many people listen to this and say, I'd love to play golf, but I hurt my back. I'd love to play golf, but my hands I've got arthritis in my hands.
Your owner's wife just said it to me. She said, you think I could play golf? I said, not only could you play, you can play great.
Yeah.
You can enjoy it. Everybody can.
And the hand issue?
We're not going to be competitive and shoot nine pars.
No,
and
of
all
course.
that stuff. But we can enjoy the game, get some mild exercise, stimulate our mind and our body at the same time, and it's a win-win-win. It can be.
I love the friendly approach that you guys have enabled me to be a part of. The fact that we can walk in and I'm not intimidated. This was one of the first conversations we had about being intimidated on the golf course by people who we perceive to be the real players, and we're just having fun.
You know, some of those players are a little elitist, but they're really and truly, golf is the greatest fraternity and sorority there is. Every golfer admires another golfer, the fact that they're out there and willing to take on the task. It can be considered a difficult game, but it's only difficult if you're trying to achieve a goal that's unattainable.
Yeah.
But if you achieve the goals you can achieve, you feel good.
I saw this father and son. I'm assuming could have been an uncle, could have been a grandfather. Even the guy was kind of old, but they were coming out of one of these golf shops around here, and I just wasn't that a great sight? I mean, they just went in there to buy something.
Yep.
They're going to go golfing together.
That fellowship is precious and valuable.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot with junior golfers right now. I'll let Darren even talk about that because he set it up with the first tee. Tell him about that.
Matter of fact, the Marion County Juniors, they're actually playing a tournament tomorrow.
Oh, really?
At 1 o'clock.
How old are they?
There's a couple of different divisions, but anywhere from 5 years old up to 18 years old.
You should see them, Larry. They're little ladies and gentlemen. They teach them about life, not just golf.
It's a really great program. They're connected with a lot of the schools. The name of the program is the First Tee of Marion County.
Oh, wow.
It's run by a gentleman named Chris Wilson. Excellent program, and we're real happy to be affiliated with them.
Wow, that is cool.
And they are better than the adults as far as manners and being nice around the clubhouse.
There's so much talk, and I agree with most of what I hear about the condition that our children are mostly with these handheld devices or the video games and not getting out anymore. And there's even simulated golf on these games.
Yep.
But I think going out to a real golf course would be the ultimate. That's got to be fun. Do you want to take a phone call? You'll need your headset, Jim.
Okay.
Good morning. You're on the air. Thank you for calling.
Good morning.
They're off. They probably... Maybe you answered the question. But if you'd like to call, the number is 622-9622, and Jim and Darren will answer your question. Who knows? That might have been a wrong number for all I know. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying is that, you hear all the time that the kids of today are spending more time with their electronics than they are getting outside. So
My grandkids do. I can't get them interested.
You can't get your own... You got to get Darren to go over there.
I think it's because it's accessible anytime they choose.
How old are they?
The youngest one's 2.
Oh.
He has clubs, and he can swing them already.
2? Really?
2.
And
Actually, he's only 22 months.
so do you introduce them? Could you introduce them to this organization you were just talking about?
I think they have an age limit. I don't know what it is exactly.
As far as the peewees are concerned, I think 5 is the youngest that they work
Oh, really?
with.
Yeah.
Right now, anyways.
All right, now it looks like you have a phone call. Good morning. Thank you for calling. You're on the air with Jim and Darren.
Yeah, good morning. I got in kind of late on the conversation. Could you tell me the name of the business?
I'm sorry?
Spruce Creek South. It's the golf course.
It's
Okay,
the
Spruce
links of
Creek
Spruce
South.
Creek South. We're down just north of the villages.
Okay. Do you have could I get the phone number from you?
I'm going to let the owner give you the phone number.
Yes.
He happens to be with
Okay.
us today.
Yes, sir. The golf shop number is 347-6172.
Okay. Thank you very much. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
Too.
There you go. Go down and have some fun. Bring the kids, bring the grandkids. And when I grew up, one of the kids I grew up with in New York, maybe it was once a month, his uncle would come by and pick him up, and they'd go golfing. And that's what he does now. That's what he ended up becoming. He does sort of what you do, Darren.
No kidding.
Except I don't think he's an owner. I think he's a groundskeeper or manager or something like that.
Okay.
It's called Hollow Hills. Have you heard of Hollow Hills? No.
I haven't.
On Long Island.
Hollow Hills of Long Island. What a neat place.
You've never heard of it?
No.
No. It is a neat place.
But I know it's a neat place.
It is a fun. I was there in winter one time, and they have these snow things that they do when
Yep.
nobody's playing golf. I guess when there's snow on the golf course.
And actually, in Stowe, Vermont, they have the snow open every winter, and you play with colored golf balls.
Really?
Yep. They have a tournament every winter.
Oh wow.
Stowe, Vermont. That's where I had my first golf school.
How long? When was that? Where was your accident? Was it here in Florida?
Yeah, the accident was in Tampa, Florida, at an industrial site. The truck wasn't going fast, but it didn't have to be going fast. It was a semi-truck.
Oh my goodness.
It was about 10 or 15 miles an hour.
Were you in a car?
No, I was in the way. We were in an industrial park. We were unloading another truck, and
Oh wow.
he was in a hurry to get out of there, and I couldn't get out of the way.
Wow.
He was faster than me. Darren has a little announcement he wants to make, though.
Okay, we got about 2 minutes.
Absolutely. If you recall, when we spoke a couple weeks ago, we had one of our comedian magicians in town, and he is due back in town a week from this Saturday, the 14th of June. He's going to be doing a couple of performances at our grill, and
Okay.
invite everyone to come down and take a look at it because he is phenomenal.
Comedian, magician, and what's his name?
Eric Olson.
Okay.
I've seen him twice, and he's as good as any person I've ever seen. He's unbelievable.
Do you try to figure out the tricks?
You can't. He is unbelievable. It's worth seeing.
And if anyone's interested in making reservations, the same phone number we gave to the caller, 347-6172. And we actually have a new website, grill19.com.
And that's the 19th hole, as they say? Is that
That's
what that is?
correct.
Yeah. Grill 19. That's just, the name makes you want to just go, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you both for coming in and talking golf with us and helping us understand the game and the friendliness of the golf course.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
It's our pleasure.
And I like what you said about, well, a couple things. I like what you said about the kids playing, but I also like what you said about moving to actually help with something that's sore, whether it's arthritis or...
Anything. It is a perfect exercise because your mind is controlling everything. You're not going to do anything to hurt yourself.
Yeah. Jim Beckett and Darren Irwin, thank you for coming in. And
Thank you.
good to
Thank
see you
you,
guys.
sir.
All right, we'll be right back. We'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh, saying it should